Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a critical issue affecting the new generation in Singapore. We're talking about the crazy high cost of living and how Gen Z is supposed to survive, let alone thrive with these prices. If you were born in the year 2000 or later, this video is for you or your parents. We're going deep into the problems, from insane housing prices to the cost of just existing in a city that seems determined to drain your bank account before you even hit 30. But hey, this isn't just about complaining. We're also going to throw down some serious solutions, some ways we can change things, because nobody should have to choose between eating and, well, everything else. Stay tuned to find out why surviving in Singapore's high cost of living is becoming nearly impossible and what can be done about it. Let's do this. All right, guys, let's talk about HDB flats. These are supposed to be the affordable housing option, right? The dream is to get your own place, start a family, the whole 9 yards. But the reality is looking more and more like a nightmare. Prices are skyrocketing, and I'm not talking about a little bump. We're talking insane, how is this even possible kind of increases. Think about it, you're fresh out of school, working your tail off, and you're hit with the reality that buying an HDB flat feels about as attainable as buying a private island. It's demoralizing, it's stressful, and it's forcing a lot of young people to put their lives on hold. This isn't just about numbers on a screen, people. This is about dreams being put on hold, about families being forced to live in cramped quarters, about an entire generation wondering if they'll ever be able to afford a place to call their own. We need a change, and we need it now. So what can we do about it? We need more affordable housing schemes, and we need them yesterday. The government needs to step up and provide more subsidies, make it easier for young people to get on the property ladder. Come on, give Gen Z a fighting chance. And it's not just about building more flats, it's about making sure those flats are actually affordable. We're talking realistic prices that reflect the average income, not some inflated number that only exists in a spreadsheet somewhere. Look, I get it, Singapore is a small country, land is scarce, blah, blah, blah. But we're talking about the future of an entire generation here. We can't just throw our hands up and say, too bad, that's life. We need to get creative, we need to find solutions, and we need to make sure that everyone has a chance to own a piece of this amazing city, because here's the thing, a home isn't just 4 walls and a roof, it's security, it's stability, it's the foundation for a future. And right now that foundation is crumbling for a lot of young Singaporeans. Let's make a change. Let's make housing affordable again. Okay, so we've covered the ridiculous housing situation, but hold on tight because it's about to get even crazier. Let's talk about cars in Singapore, or more specifically, the outrageous cost of owning one. Forget about fancy sports cars, we're talking about basic transportation here. First, you've got the COE, the Certificate of Entitlement. This little piece of paper gives you the right to own a car for 10 whole years. The catch, it can cost as much as a luxury car itself. I'm not kidding. Imagine having to shell out hundreds of thousands of dollars just for the privilege of driving your own car. It's insane. But wait, there's more. Once you've emptied your bank account for the COE, get ready for the never-ending stream of expenses. Road tax, insurance, parking fees, maintenance, and of course the ever-increasing price of petrol. It's like having a money pit on wheels. And you know what the worst part is? Public transportation, while decent, isn't always the most convenient or time-efficient option. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Pay an arm and a leg for a car, or spend hours commuting on public transport. This is where the government needs to step in and provide some serious relief. Reduce the COE prices, offer grants for first-time car owners, especially those who rely on their vehicles for work. Come on, throw us a bone here. Making car ownership more attainable isn't about luxury, it's about practicality. It's about giving people the freedom to move around, to get to work, to live their lives without being crippled by transportation costs. Look, I'm not saying everyone needs to be driving around in a Mercedes, but having the option, the ability to own a car without having to sell a kidney, that's just common sense. Singapore, we can do better. Let's make cars affordable again. All right, we've tackled housing and cars, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the everyday essentials like, eating. Food is life, right? But in Singapore, even food has become a luxury. Gone are the days of cheap and cheerful hawker fare. The cost of ingredients is going up, and those increases are being passed down to us, the consumers. A simple plate of chicken rice can set you back $10, and don't even get me started on the price of coffee. For young people who are already struggling with housing and transportation costs, the rising price of food is a huge burden. It's cutting into their ability to save, to invest in their future, to even just enjoy a meal out with friends without having to calculate every cent. We need solutions, and we need them fast. The government could consider subsidies for essential food items, especially for low-income families and young adults just starting out. How about meal vouchers for young workers? And hey, let's not forget about supporting our local farmers and food producers. By strengthening our domestic food supply, we can help stabilize prices and make food more affordable for everyone. This isn't about being dramatic, it's about recognizing that food is a basic human right. Everyone deserves access to affordable, nutritious food, regardless of their age or income. So let's work together to make Singapore's food scene more accessible, more affordable, and more enjoyable for everyone. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the sky-high housing prices to the outrageous cost of owning a car, and even the rising cost of food. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to feel like the odds are stacked against us. But here's the thing. We're not giving up. Gen Z is resilient, we're resourceful, and we're ready to fight for our future. We're not afraid to speak up, to challenge the status quo, to demand better. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Let's work together to create a future where everyone can thrive. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep pushing forward.